Hey guys, I'm here to do a video. Now, I was reading an article on Kaizen Journaling, which is a journaling website that promotes like a lot of great, fantastic ways to write, reasons to write, things to do. It doesn't just talk about writing though, it also talks about different aspects of life and how you can incorporate that into your writing and your journaling and doodling and list and anything that you like. It started off as just a blog, and Dolly, who runs the website, was fantastic enough to want to take that a little bit further. Now, I'm reading have finished reading a article called 5 Reasons Why You Should Read, and I'm going to stick that in my pants. But I thought that maybe I could just mention a few reasons, like what reading has done for me in my life and what it means to me, and why maybe some of these reasons, if you aren't a reader or if you're just coming into reading or if you already are a passionate reader, you can resonate with. I just think that sometimes it's really good to talk about these things, and I'd like to hear some feedback. I'm a little bit sick today. I should be at work, but I have a massive stomach ache, so after this video I'm going to go back to bed. But I had to make this video, so books made me do it. Okay, so some of the reasons, I've listed 5 ways that reading has helped me in my life, what it's done for me. Okay, so one of them is it has opened up a diverse world for me. In saying that, it's opened up a lot of doors as well, a lot of doors for opportunities. I'm not quite sure what my life would be like if I didn't read. One of the defining factors of why I am with my partner is because he reads, and I felt that I was going through a series of relationships where most of the guys didn't like reading, didn't like anything creative, and really didn't want to do anything with their lives. And so when I met my partner Daniel, it brought us closer together because he had changed his life through books as well. I changed my life through books. I had been reading since God knows when. My parents read to me. I learnt to read. I can't remember a time when I haven't read a book. But throughout my life I've read books, non-fiction and fiction, that have really shaped me as a person as well. And when I met my partner, we talked about that. We talked about what books meant to us and his experience. And his experience was that he was in a very bad place, and he read some books by Tracy Harding, and he got to see a more spiritual, philosophical light, and it really shaped who he was as a person, and it made him want to live, and it made him want to be a bit more diverse in his reading and his lifestyle too. So it's really opened up doors to meet some fantastic people, and that's another one there. But and job opportunities as well. I never thought that I would work in a library or want to work in a library, like back when. I always wanted to be a journalist, but since I have read more and more and more books, I'm more determined to make it a career because I'm passionate about it. So, yeah. The next one is it has helped me promote and continue my personal growth. I'm one of those people, like most people, that have gone through a lot of shit in my short time that I've been here. And while I do like reading fiction, I also like reading non-fiction. I really like reading books about psychics. I like reading books about journaling or writing. I think my 2 primary books that have helped me grow as a person have been the books on writing. And I'm not so much saying the books on how to write, because I learned how to do that pretty much by writing. But also the books that prompt you, because sometimes in life you need that kick up the arse. So a lot of the times the books that I was reading were that kick up my arse, that made me question different things in my life. Was I happy? Did I want this lifestyle? What parts of my life did I want to get rid of? What parts of my life did I want to keep? What is my faith? What is not my faith? what things do I like. So I got to explore that. I got to explore little things like my weight, what my dreams were. And I think that, you think about these things, but it's until you read other people's experiences, or, go through some exercises or prompts, or, you really resonate with someone that has written a book or has written these things down, that it really doesn't hit you and open up your eyes to different ways of thinking and living. And for that, I cannot thank books enough. Books have pushed me forward. I think that without them, I would be pretty stuck. And that's a pretty weird thing to say, but I think that for me to journal and write and read has promoted great health, promoted mental health. It's made me realize that I do need help sometimes, and it's also made me more tolerant of people, and we shouldn't just be tolerant of people, but it's made me realize that sometimes we can be a little bit judgmental. And so it's promoted my, I guess, compassion as well, and it's helped me understand that I'm not alone in being a psychic. I'm not the only one who hears voices either, so I'm not schizophrenic either, so I think you can ask any writer if they hear voices and they'll probably say yes. But yeah, it's made me feel whole. It makes me feel it's okay to be myself, and sometimes in this world you feel like you can't be yourself, so I really thank books for promoting that in me, to make me determined to be myself and no one else. Another thing that books have helped me with, it's helped me to connect with hundreds of wonderful people that are passionate about books. My mother and my sister read, my dad reads off and on, so does my brother. Books in our house was one of those things that was promoted, loved. I've said many times that, my parents took us to the library on a Saturday, and we spent a lot of time there and a lot of time in the afternoon reading. Reading was really just one of those things that my parents, I think, really supported us on. But as I got older, more of my friends were just not interested. They weren't, pretty much like my partner. They didn't want to do anything with their lives. They weren't really creative. They didn't want to read. They thought reading was boring. And I was struggling because I was so passionate. And, I spent more and more time with their whims and fancies than I did my own. And it got to the point where I only read one book in 1 year. And that was really sad for me. That was one of the breaking points where I thought, oh my god, what am I going to do? I have lost that part of myself. And so I read the Twilight series. I'm not ashamed. I read it. It got me back into reading. And then it was, I believe, about a year after that I found YouTube. I think I went looking for book hauls or something like that. But anyway, to cut a long story short, since then I have met some fantastic, beautiful people who just make me feel at home every time I watch their videos, who make me want to express that part of myself, who push me forward in actually meeting people outside of my circle. And when I watch videos and when I talk to people, it helps build my relationship with my partner too, because we can talk about these topics as well. And I think that's really amazing that you can, take that little seed and spread it everywhere, and, the interconnectedness and just everything about it. It's fantastic, and I don't think that there is anything really like it. I know that you can have book clubs and things like that, but I feel like the BookTube community is this one massive family, and it's just astounding. And I don't know what I'd probably do without you guys. I'd probably still have a couple of bookshelves, but that's another thing, it's helped me find books, and I love books, so maybe a little bit too much. Another way it has helped me is it has pushed my boundaries both inside my reading world and outside my reading world, which kind of comes and covers a lot of that stuff as well. It has given me ideas as well, like what to do with my life. It's pushed me especially hearing about other people's journeys about trying to conceive. That's one of the topics that I do mention sometimes. And reading about people's experiences and how they went about it has given me ideas to, take on board, take to the doctor. Reading books about weight loss and healthy eating and things like that has actually really propelled me to make a change in my life, because I think a lot of the time that we fear that we're alone in these situations. So that's, much with my writing, it's given me a chance to expand on different parts and different facets of myself. So I really thank reading for that. And number 5, it's given me something to be passionate about that will never die. Don't think my reading passion is ever going to die. I do go through stages where I think that, not really in the mood to read. I think everybody goes through that, especially after you read certain books or you're going through a certain period of your life. But I don't think I know my passion for reading will never die. It only just grows stronger and stronger and stronger. The more I read, the more of a curious reader I am. The more I'm opened up to these fantastic worlds that you can't really, begin to describe, really. Like, you can, but inside that there's this massive feeling of warmth every time you talk about books or think about them. And it's just this passion that radiates through your body, and when you look at books, you're alive. You feel alive, and that's what books do to me. They make me feel really alive, and they take me out of my world. They put me in my world. They make me think about the world. They make me think about people and how I should be treating people and treating myself. And they just offer so much, and it just baffles me when people don't read, I guess. I mean, I can understand. It's like anything. I don't like cars. I just don't get cars. Talk about an engine, I'll be like, let's change the topic because I don't give a shit. But I just feel that people are missing out on so much by not reading. I mean, even if you read a book a year, you have still taken that world, you've explored it, you've expanded it in your mind, you've taken it somewhere, you've gone somewhere. But I just feel so sorry for people who don't read, and I could not imagine not reading for 20 years. I hear these stories about these people who haven't read for 10, 20 years a book. It makes my head explode. I don't get it. I just want to give them my collection and say, read it. Now, sit down there, you're not moving, I will tie you to that chair, I will force feed these words down your throat. You're going to read. Because I just feel like there's so much loss. And, we all want that connectedness. So, for those reasons, reading has really helped my life. I'd love to hear your reasons why and what it's done for you and your life. And read the article, it's quite interesting. I really like her. So I'm going to go have a shower and do some reading.